Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we've got the Monday Night Wars. I'm honestly not sure what fucking series this one is, if I'm gonna be completely fair. I haven't collected any of these really. I do have, well, technically did have the Stunning Steve Austin or the Ringmaster Steve Austin. We won't talk about what name it was. Though I did make that one into a custom Mr. Kennedy, as you may have seen in our, our 3-year anniversary, special talk and fix-up and custom look at. Anywho, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, oh yeah, I forgot Albert's a part of this set too. I don't have the Build-A-Figure parts with the Albert though, so womp womp I guess, but we do have this Hollywood Hulk Hogan here. And I am fairly excited to get into this myself, I can't lie. After I seen the white NWO beanie, I had to get it because it always reminds me of the meme of him with the white New York beanie. And it says, "I'm gonna be dead ass with you, brother." Anyways, but at the end of the day, why don't we shut up and we can get this Hulk Hogan out of his plastic prison now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys. Now that we've got this Hulk Hogan all fixed up out of his plastic prison, we've got all of his accessories laid out, and we've got the action figure all laid out too. We can get into the accessories and everything good, bad, and downright ugly about this Hulk Hogan figure, but as it comes to it, we've got all these accessories, including the Build-A-Figure Ted DiBiase head scan, which is looking pretty nice, pretty mean, pretty pristine. Maybe I'll have to try to track down the rest of the Build-A-Figure parts for him, and I'll have to actually build that Ted DiBiase, because I kind of have a use for Ted, realistically, in the pick fed, but meh, if we don't, at least we got the head scan. We can always find a body for him. But getting into all the Hulk Hogan accessories, we've got the 2 different sets of interchangeable hands. We've got the weapon / mic holding hands on the figure already. We've got the fingerless gloves, 2 sweet fingers, and 2 sweet hands, which is also always a nice touch. The nice cloth good here of the sleeveless t-shirt for the Huckster here, and well, looking pretty nice, pretty standard as always for an NWO t-shirt. And well, we've got a nice little NWO waist belt here. Plenty of things you could probably use this for, of course, to put on Hulk Hogan. If you're me, you could probably put this on some guy like Austin Aries or maybe even Bobby Roode or something like that, because I say it like that because, well, the NWO is a faction in my pick fed, so just not with Hulk Hogan though. Now Hulk Hogan could potentially rejoin the NWO, or maybe try to even take it back over if I really wanted to do something of that nature. But enough said on those accessories. We've got 3 more here to go over. We've got the nice good old white sunglasses. We've got the oval look here this time instead of them being like a standard set. Pretty nice look on them either way. They do look really good on Hulk Hogan himself, so can't complain too much there. We've also got the boas here, black and white boas. They are stuck together. I thought they would have been like 2 separate pieces, even though, dumbass me, I've watched reviews on Hulk Hogan figures before. I know they are not 2 separate pieces in fact, but still a nice sculpted accessory nonetheless. And speaking of a nice accessory, we've got this all-white NWO beanie, which is super fire. I love having this as an accessory, because now if I wanted to, I could put this on somebody who's in the NWO in my pick fed, or I can dress it up onto Hulk Hogan here, and we can have him looking with the beanie and stuff like that, but that doesn't necessarily matter. All jokes aside and stuff of that nature, now we can get into the Hulk Hogan, and well, first things first, this is my second Hulk Hogan in total in the collection. I do not really collect Hulk Hogan like that, though I do want a couple more of the Hulk Hogans. There was a little period in time, I'm sure we can all assume why, as to why I wasn't really too fond on collecting Hulk Hogan, and realistically I still am kind of iffy on it, but since then Hulk Hogan has sadly passed away, and I feel like I might as well at least grab a couple of the figures for the collection before they end up skyrocketing in fortune and fame, even though I probably will still end up paying a pretty penny for the NWO, like, Ultimate Hulk Hogan, because I do want him, and I want to say I want that 2007 SummerSlam Hulk Hogan, though I don't know if that released yet. Did that release? If it did, I never found it in stores at all. Like, people must have been scalping the fuck out of those things, which, I mean, more right to them, but this Hulk Hogan head scan is really nice. I always loved Hulk Hogan when he had this kind of look, the like brown beard with the blonde mustache and the blonde balding hair. It just looks really good all together. We've got this slimmer Hulk Hogan torso. Of course, around this time he was a tad bit slimmer. He wasn't the big bulking human that he was when he joined the WWF. And this is representing like that era really well. I can't complain about this at all. The fingerless gloves, of course, looking pretty nice, even though the painted on skin tone is probably a bit iffy there, but meh, I digress. Simple plain black leg tights and knee pads, no designing or anything on this. I don't know if that's exactly the most accurate to this specific Hulk Hogan, as I was not watching WCW. I wasn't even a thought, realistically. But we've got the NWO on both sides, and then we've got the Hollywood running down the inside of the boots with a little bit more designing there. Simplistically, this is a fairly simple figure. There is nothing too out of the ordinary about this Hulk Hogan that screams buy me, other than his accessories, realistically, which, I mean, honestly, the accessories hand down alone make this figure a pretty top tier figure, but I kind of digress on that. Why don't we get into some action figure comparisons and maybe even get a final pose off? We might save that for a little bit after the comparisons though, but well, let's do that now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got my other Hulk Hogan that I do have in my collection out, and we can compare the two of them for the action figure comparison. Now, you can definitely see the differences throughout the years when it comes to the skin tone and stuff of that nature. And honestly, I want to say this new NWO Hulk Hogan may not be taller by much, but I want to say he is a tad bit taller, which, never know, Hulk Hogan could have paid him for that. Realistically, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be shocked if Hulk Hogan did say that he grew like 2.5 inches after he left WWF, but that's just because Hulk Hogan was very synonymous with lying and a bunch of other stuff, which is sad to say, but you know, at the end of the day, Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan. He is an icon. He is top of the food chain realistically when it comes to wrestling and just how dominant one superstar realistically could be. Of course, you had Bruno Sammartino, you've got people like John Cena and stuff of that nature, but not many people really brought wrestling to the forefront like Hulk Hogan could. And well, that's something that you can't just discredit him on, and that's even saying everything that, you know, he said and done after the fact of him leaving wrestling for realistically however many years after he left TNA, because after he left TNA I don't think he ever wrestled again and did anything realistically, but like small appearances maybe. But yeah, I guess other than that, we can kind of get into our final pose now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, after like 7 hours of trying to figure out how I wanted to pose these guys for you, well, I think I finally figured it out. Got a little simplistic one for you. Got him with his brothers in the NWO, the good old Outsiders. And well, I could have done my like versions of Hall and Nash, but I felt like this would like suit the time period a little bit better. even though it may not exactly match, these guys look like they're more ready to fight for like NWO Wolfpack. And then we've got Hulk Hogan here repping the black and white, but I can't really complain. I think it still looks good either way. Just a little sad to say that it's, it's not going to match just yet, but I don't know. Didn't they come out with a Wolfpack version of Hogan? I feel like they did. They might have, they might not have. I don't know exactly. I'll have to look into it. But either way, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, this Hulk Hogan is pretty damn rad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's like a solid 10 out of 10, brother, even though some of you may think so. At the end of the day, what will I say? I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna have to give him a good solid, I'm gonna give him a good solid 7. I could rank him a lot higher, but I feel like this is a fairly plain Hulk Hogan, especially for a Build-A-Figure series. Could have given us something with some tight designs, unless it wasn't accurate. I don't know. Feel free to correct me on that in the comment section below if it was not. But a solid 7 out of 10 for this Hulk Hogan I feel like works just fine. It's not the most outlandish, the most popular attire of Hulk Hogan from the NWO. It's a simplistic little gear here. And honestly, if you wanted to swap the Hulk Hogan Hollywood Hogan boots off, or I don't know why I was gonna say or pop the legs off, but you could swap the boots off, give them some plain black boots, and honestly this would probably be a good Build-A-Figure formula body here. Just simplistic black tights, nothing more, nothing less. You add some simplistic black boots on there, you really got a good cost starter. But I guess other than that, when it comes down to the good old Dave Meltzer star scale, the good old 1 to Young Buck match, what would I have to rank this guy on that? I gave him a good solid 7, so I think a good solid 3 out of 5 stars should work for me. But with all that being said, I don't really have all that much left to say. So feel free to, leave a like on the video if you did like the video. Of course, if you did not, well, womp womp, I guess. But if you did like the video, feel free to maybe go check out some more of my other content. We did upload quite a bit of videos yesterday. We've got night 1 and 2 of DDWX BZW Worlds Collide. We've got the final night of the UK tour, so we can kind of get back onto solid ground here as far as the pick fed goes. And yeah, I don't know what I was thinking doing a 4-night live tour event thing for this, but it was fun nonetheless. I enjoyed myself doing it, and hopefully when it comes down to more live tours in the future, I don't burn myself out. But yeah, we've got plenty of content for you there, between reviews, pick fed, unboxings, you name it. I've probably done it, other than talk shit on someone's dead parents, I should say, making a little reference to my video from the other day if you didn't watch that far deep. But yeah, either way, I guess we can kind of just sign out of here. But before we do that, break out your violins and start playing In the Arms of the Angels, because I'm going to start asking you for subscribers, even though I will never ask you guys for money. But for subscribers, I gotta do it. We're currently sitting at 420 subs, so what are you doing? Feel free to go out of your way and help add to that sub count. 420 is a very special, near and dear to my heart. I'm sure a lot of you adults out there may understand why. Anyway, at the end of the day, all jokes aside, we are on the road to 500, so any sub does help. If you have extra accounts or whatever, I guess, feel free to sub on those too, even though realistically I would prefer you guys probably be active following members of the channel and not just making a bunch of bot accounts to help get us up to a certain level. Though if you do it, I'm not gonna complain. Feel free to do it. Fuck, what do I care? But either way, at the end of the day, like I said, all jokes aside, if you guys could, that'd be wonderful. But we are heading out of here. So have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone. But if I were, would I be happy? Probably not. Who cares? On that note, I digress. Deuces, brother. Yeet.